Yeah, see, iPhone doesn't let you. Or maybe Twitter lets you, but...
Swipe? What? It did. Everything's showing.
Okay. So, hey, Rube, welcome.
Hey, Ryan, welcome.
So, just so we all know, I'm on Facebook Live. Well, we're okay. Ruben, you're on... So how this is going to work is we're double broadcasting here. I'm on Facebook Live with Ruben, of course, and Ruben's holding his phone and he's on Twitter. So either way, we've got our bases covered. I really wish, Ruben, that I really wish that this was available both on the laptop instead of the cell phone, because we don't have the blue check mark next to our name.
No, we don't. That's what you're wrong. We should get a camera operator.
So, Ruben, welcome.
Welcome. It's nice to see that you have your Rocky shirt on. It's nice to dress for the occasion.
And Ruben, you have your Rocky shirt on.
Elton John.
Yes. Elton John, actually, definitely is a 70s icon. What we'll probably do to make this simple is whoever's talking gets the camera.
Okay.
Anyways, it's good to be here. This is episode. It's going to be episode at least 42. Maybe if we talk enough, it'll be episode 43 as well.
Sounds good.
All right. Well, how you doing, Rube? It's good to see you.
Good to be. This is terrible.
We're trying something new. We're broadcasting live on both Facebook and on Twitter. So I don't know how else to do this, but it's going to work. I think it's going to work. I think if you can handle one phone, I can handle one phone. We can make it work.
I don't think we're gonna lose any fans. Or gain any.
We definitely won't gain any fans. There is a chance we could lose some.
Yeah. There's always a chance. Anytime that we speak, anytime that we post something.
So how you doing? Happy Easter to you.
Thanks. Happy Easter to you too, Ryan. What did you do today?
Well, we had a great Easter. We did the Easter egg hunt. Spent some time as family. Becky, my wife, made a lovely meal, chicken pot pie. Yeah, yourself, Rube.
What did we do? I slept in pretty late. Went to church. Went to our friends for Easter. We did egg roulette.
Ooh.
And we've been doing that for years. And Easter egg hunt and
nice
meatloaf.
Meatloaf.
Yeah, Meatloaf, Elton John, Rocky, everything's the 70s here tonight.
That's awesome. Well, today is officially episode 42, and it is officially the Rocky 2 season 2 wrap-up party. This is our party. This is it, and we're inviting everyone to come be a part of this party.
Yeah, I hope that you can appreciate the party decorations behind us on the windows there.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow, look at that.
We went all out.
Well, you guys spared no expense.
None.
And we should make it known that we are now broadcasting live outside of Ruben Rebalkin Studios. Last few episodes have been in my garage, but this is nice to be out of the garage.
Well, welcome. I'm glad you could upgrade. For a wrap-up party, we should really...
So this is officially the Rocky 2 Season 2 wrap-up party. This is where we're going to discuss how we think Season 2, discussing Rocky 2, went.
Okay. Well, yeah, for those listening on the podcast, this is where we will say, cue the music.
Now it's time to cue the music?
Those that are watching live, or not live, or just watching, there's no music to be heard. But for the podcast, which you can find on iTunes or any podcast, Podbean or Android device, we're there.
We've had a couple of people pop in on this live view who pop in real quick to see us. What I think is funny is if you're watching this podcast or this live broadcast, chances are you're a fan of our show, the Rocky Series podcast, and you got the notification that we're live. And I always find it interesting when people are like, no, don't want to see this. I'll listen to you guys, but I won't watch you.
I don't blame them.
Speaking of which, I have a friend at work who listens to the podcast, and he saw me at work, obviously, and he said, my wife heard your voice, and she says that you have a nice voice. She's told my coworker that I have a nice voice.
Wow.
Yeah, she goes, boy, he has a nice voice.
You know, people being tone deaf is a real thing. People think that it's not, but nothing to be ashamed of.
Yes, Ruben, that was your dig at me for
That's exactly what it was.
It's funny. I have an ex-wife who couldn't stand the sound of my voice. So to be fair, everyone has different tastes. That's totally fine.
Yeah, that's true.
Totally fine.
That's true.
And I'm sure there's more than one person out there who does not like the sound of my voice.
Perhaps there's billions of people in the world. Hey, let's speaking of exes, let's talk of.
Well, we really shouldn't talk about exes, but
No. It just made me think of lawsuits, which made me think of Stallone. Stallone's in a lawsuit with, I think, Universal.
yeah, no, it's Warner Brothers. So Mr. Stallone, Sly Stallone, is in the legal battle with Warner Brothers over Demolition Man, of all things. Thoughts on Demolition Man? Do you remember that movie, Rube?
Yeah, I was like the prime of my life, like 14 years old.
I loved it. We do talk a lot about Stallone's movies in the Rocky series podcast, and Demolition Man is definitely a highlight. I believe it came out in 1994, and this was the one where you're like, number one, you get to see this. You get to see a side shot of Stallone naked in the cryogenic frozen sequence there. He gets thawed out. I love how he's in the fetal position. And he gets thawed out in the fetal position. And we get a little bit of a side butt view.
I guess he's working out as hard as he could. He's prime of his life. Wants to show the good people what he's got.
Well, absolutely. This was 23 years ago. Is that right? 1994?
Yeah. 23 years ago?
23 years ago, he would have been 70 minus 23? Go.
Yeah.
47.
47.
So he would have been 47. So it would have been 6 years my senior, and he looked fantastic for 47. Oh, he looks fantastic for 70.
Yeah. So
Tell us about the lawsuit, Rube.
before we get in the lawsuit, let's just talk about.
Oh, we were actually no. I want to talk about the side bump view because he did this.
That's what I'm. Still
okay,
on. That's
okay,
what I'm still on.
we're still. Well, his first side bump we did. Okay, can you list all the side bump views of Stallone in his movie career, not counting, not counting party at Kitty and Studs.
There's Party at Kitty and Studs.
Okay, well,
I'm assuming there is a view.
Yeah, I haven't seen the movie. I have not seen the movie. Party at Kitty and Studs, but I haven't. I really haven't seen the movie Party at Kitty and Studs. I haven't seen. Stop saying that. Ruben keeps nodding at the camera. Yeah. So anyways, Ruben, can you name the other movies that he did a side bum view and full bum view? Go.
I can't.
Tango and Cash.
Oh yeah, the towel. Don't Stop or Mama Won't Shoot. I think he did one.
Did he do? Well, he was in the shower. He was in the shower. I think Estelle. What was her name? Estelle Getty? No.
I think so.
She was doing the. She was cleaning out his gun or something, and she brought the gun in while he's having a shower. But I don't know if we got side view bum was still on that movie. So we got it. We definitely got a background view, like total view of his buttocks in Tango and Cash with Kurt Russell. The Specialist with Sharon Stone. Rocky V, and I don't want to get ahead of us.
Does Sharon Stone have a career because of her acting skills?
I always thought it was great that they had Sylvester Stallone and Sharon Stone in the same movie together. I don't know why I got a kick
It's
out
like
of
the George Michael Jackson 5.
You
know what I'm saying?
Yeah, the supergroup. No, it was Boy George,
Michael Jackson 5.
Boy George, Michael Jackson 5.
Sharon Stone Lone.
Yeah, it doesn't really. I know it just rhymes. It kind of sounds the same. But if they were dating each other, I don't know what they'd be. So the Specialist, Tango and Cash, and then we got the side view in Rocky V when he's in the shower. Mm-hmm. And where did we go with this? There was another one. Oh, Demolition Man, of course. So Stallone, bless his heart, has never been afraid to show the side view and back view of his buttocks. All right, so Ruben, I wouldn't be googling that. Okay, so let's do.
Back to the buttocks. This is what I really want to know: is he's hairless in every movie? He's Italian.
He's Italian and he's hairless.
There's somebody who's his like waxer or shaver, or I don't know. It just seems like a lot of effort.
Well, are you able to read? Are you able to reach your backside to shave there, Rube? So that was So Ruben is not able to reach the backside of his of himself to shave. I'm not able to either. But they would probably have to, well, they just get their back waxed, I would presume.
I don't know, it just seems like a weird detail, like, of somebody's job.
Yeah, well, being hairless is a vital part of anyone's career that's in the movies. All the men are hairless in the movies, except for Hugh Jackman as Wolverine.
It's actually kind of weird.
And should we say, okay...
No. Because I think the true mark of a man is the ability to show how hairy and masculine they are. Like, we don't need to look any further than... Okay, I mean body hair-wise.
All right, okay.
Yes. For example, I'm not sure if you've heard of this classically trained actor. His name's Burt Reynolds.
Okay, wait, Burt Reynolds. Remind me again, Burt Reynolds, did he have any famous pictures or photo shoots that might help me recognize him?
Well, he was in the talkies for a while there. If you mean like moving pictures, or you
Yes.
mean photo shoots?
A photo shoot.
I think there was that one where he posed nude with him on top of a bear rug.
That's amazing. Burt Reynolds on a bear rug. If you haven't already, can I suggest that, don't Google this at work. Do not Google this at work. Do not Google this when your wife's around or your husband. Burt Reynolds on a bear rug. You've been warned, but do not Google it.
You know, it depends. Do you want to get your spouse in the mood?
That's true.
If so, Google Burt Reynolds on a bear rug. It's actually it's kind of misleading because he's Burt Reynolds between two rugs.
Are you?
Rug on his head.
Yeah.
Rug on.
Did he have a hairpiece on that photo shoot?
Yeah, he's
bald?
Yeah, he's bald.
You know who else is bald? Is John Travolta.
Get out of town.
John Travolta.
Wow. Let me check this out.
Okay, so back to Demolition Man. Ruben. Demolition Man, Sylvester
Oh,
Stallone.
sorry. Yeah. There's a lawsuit. Basically, he's not getting paid.
Now, how do you feel about Stallone? Of course, I read some comments on Facebook about people hearing about Stallone doing this. Of course, the first thing that people say is, "Thank goodness nobody was viewing that during that time."
I don't know what you mean.
Interesting enough, people get mad at Stallone, or some of the criticism is, how could you sue Warner Bros. For more money? Don't you have enough money? What do you say to those people who say that about artists who do this?
If somebody's stealing from you, it doesn't matter how much money you have.
Yeah, I agree. It's a terrible argument. This happened, of course, with Metallica, with Napster.
Oh, yeah. The idea that because you've given your life to your craft, that it's okay for people to take from you.
Yeah, I agree. This is why I actually don't download music for free. I have 2 teenage sons, and to this day, they have never downloaded music for free.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and it's not like some moral high ground or it's just the same idea. These are artists who've created something that you and I did not create, and why should we take what they've, this is their livelihood, and say, oh, well, just because they have a lot of money, we can take from them. However, this podcast is free.
It is free. Yeah. Yeah, just because someone's rich, you get to steal from them. Like, we're filthy rich compared to billions of people in the world.
Yes.
But in town, we're not filthy rich.
So far, we haven't been able to hold a viewer, but we're going to keep going. We're going to keep
going. We're a podcast, not a TV show.
Is that right, Rube?
I think so. I'll look in the books and I'll figure it out.
All right, so Stallone is suing, basically, long story short, he's suing Warner Brothers for X number of dollars for money that he should have been given due to the profits that Demolition Man made, and he feels he's entitled to it. And this is particularly for DVD and Laserdisc release and stuff like that.
Did you ever have a Laserdisc?
I never owned a Laserdisc. I thought they were pretty cool when they came out, of course, because they were like a big record player.
Lasers.
Well, what's crazy is they're huge, and you had to flip them.
During the movie.
You had to flip them.
Yeah.
But we had a friend who had a Laserdisc player.
Caden.
Yeah. Hey, Caden, if you're listening.
He's not listening in any way, shape, or form. Hey, I'll tell you a little funny story. This is a little bit of a tangent, if we don't mind, Ryan. So...
We never do tangents on the show, but go ahead.
He had this backyard, and in the backyard there's a ravine. Mm-hmm. And he's out in his backyard for whatever reason, and a bee comes by.
Oh, I know the story well.
And he thinks that this bee, for whatever reason, is going to sting him. So he runs away from the bee, trips over a log or something, falls down the ravine, and takes a real tumble, and punctures his lip with his bottom teeth, going through, scraps up his face. But he didn't get stung by the bee.
Yeah, that was an ongoing joke that we had. Great telling of the story, Rube.
It's terrible talent.
No, I don't know. The long story short, yes, to avoid the bee sting,
Yes.
the one bee sting, he took a tumble down a ravine
Uh-huh.
and smashed his face open. Got stitches in his lip. Yeah, I wish you could see the picture. I don't think we took any photos, but I wish we did. I wish we did take photos. So it would have been crazy. It definitely would have been crazy.
Interesting.
All right,
So let's move forward.
Let's move forward. So Stallone in the news. He is suing them for Demolition Man. How's the Creed 2 coming along?
I don't know. I haven't really heard anything.
Well,
What I'm really excited for is Escape Plan.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's right. Okay. So number one, Stallone suing Warner Bros. For money. Number two, big news for Stallone is Escape Plan 2, and you know what? Escape Plan 3 has already been announced. Oh, and he's not in. Hey guys, says Jamie Nicholson. What up, Jamie? Nice to see you. So, Jamie, what's going on, brother? So, so Stallone's doing Escape Plan 2 and Escape Plan 3, and he's not doing Expendables 4.
That's throwing me off that he's not doing Expendables 4.
Well, what I've heard from Expendables 4, and this is kind of interesting. This is not a slight on Stallone whatsoever, because I know he watches our show and listens to us. But,
Sly.
Hey, Sly, how you do? Mr. Sly, Ruben, please. Show the man the respect that he deserves. That apparently he wasn't happy with the script, and there was some of the creative differences that he had with the producer. I forget his name, like Ari or something. I don't remember the producer's name. But anyways, apparently there was some... he wasn't happy with the way the creative direction of Expendables 4 was going. I don't know if they're going to do Expendables 4 in space or what the deal was. But long story short, he wasn't happy with it, and he parted ways and said, "You can do it without me."
That's pretty gutsy.
He's 70 years old. He looks great, and he's
but mentally he's sharp.
No, but what I'm getting at, is like he's smart. What I'm getting at is this is the end of his career. Meaning these are the twilight years of his career. So maybe he really is saying, "Look, I don't really want to waste my time with something that's really just garbage."
I don't know. His mom's still kicking.
That's true. I actually thought about the other day that his mom, what's his mom's name again?
How dare you forget?
I know. His mom is still alive, and he's 70. So do the math. I'm not going to say my mother's age, but I'm 41. If you're 70, your mother's old.
Hey, the oldest woman in the world just died at 117.
Jackie Stallone. How could I forget that? Our listeners they won't believe that we can forget Jackie
You
Stallone.
forgot for a moment. She looks terrific.
Stop. Stop. This is terrible. Oh, we really hope Mr. Stallone never watched. She looks great. Look, I hope I look that good when I'm 90.
You really hope.
Stop. Whatever you do, do not Google. Oh, well, we've lost it. We're done. That's it. Whatever. No, we just Googled, for the record, Burt Reynolds on a bear rug. For the record, we are laughing at Burt Reynolds on a bear rug.
Absolutely.
So, if you're wondering why we have two phones, again, Ruben's on Twitter, and I'm on Facebook.
Periscoping. Oh, so she's 92. No, 3 years ago. She's 95.
So, Jamie Nicholson...
Bless her heart.
Jamie Nicholson just said, shout out to Downtown Riot playing the venue, April 22nd in Vancouver. Hey, Downtown Riot, let's do it.
Yeah, I'll be there.
I won't be there, but I hear it's a riot, and I hear it's downtown. So,
And what day is it on?
it's April 22nd. So, anyways, good stuff. So, what were we talking about? Jackie Stallone is still alive, if you can believe that, so that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, absolutely. So my point bringing that up is that he's got like another 20 years of movie film.
I love Stallone, and he looks great for 70, but you just gotta wonder, there's gonna come a time where he's gonna turn into Clint Eastwood. You know, it's just not gonna be there anymore. Oh, so Ruben's just Googling right now Downtown Riot, so we just want to give our shout out to Downtown Riot.
Vancouver-based band, all original rock with its own twist. Cool.
All right, cool, good stuff. Absolutely, we'll plug anyone.
You know,
if anybody wants a good plug,
like Mickey Rourke,
John Travolta,
Elton John,
Bruce Springsteen.
Hey Bruce, I think Bono's got plugs.
Bono has plugs.
Stallone.
Stallone is all
Frank.
natural.
Frank.
Frank is all natural. Anyone's named Stallone is all natural. Jackie, all natural. All right. Any other Stallone news, Ruben? So let me remind everyone, this is the Rocky 2 Season 2 wrap-up party.
It is a wrap-up party.
So how do you feel Season 2 went? Let's look at some of the episodes that we did.
Okay.
Stand by for those who are watching. We're just going to open up our... Actually, well...
Oh, Guardians of the Galaxy 2.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Stallone is busy right now. Creed 2, Guardians of the Galaxy 2, Escape Plan 2, Escape Plan 3, no more X-Men 4. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, I wasn't too jazzed about the first Guardians of the Galaxy, like seeing it, but I thoroughly enjoyed it.
It's a fun movie. It really is a
I
fun
had a
movie.
lot of fun. I had a lot of fun watching it. Sometimes a movie I just say it's fun just so that I'm not bored. Like I'm doing something, watching a movie, but it's really not that great. I'm not a big Marvel movie guy. I enjoy them.
Sure.
I probably will see all of them or most of them.
So let's talk here. Rocky 2, our podcast, Rocky 2, Season 2, began October 30th. That's when we kicked it.
Season 2?
Yeah. So this has actually been a big season. The first season, Season 1, was 18 episodes long. Season 2 was a little bit longer. It is still going. It's going to be 40, including this episode, it'll be 42 episodes long. 23 episodes long.
Wow, that's pretty good. That's a big season.
Yeah, it's so
Looks
season.
like Big Bang Theory episodes.
Ruben, have we been renewed for season 3 yet? Have you heard?
Yeah, I think they made Rocky 3, so we'll do season 3.
Okay,
Rocky
so
3.
you heard it here, folks. We are renewed for season part 3. Oh, sorry.
What?
Season 3, part 1. Season 3.
Good broadcasting, Ryan.
Thank you. All right, so season 2. Season 2, we talked about Rocky. We don't have to go into that. We obviously talked about Rocky. But some of our guests, we had Superfan Matt on.
Yeah, absolutely. Love Superfan Matt. Matt's great.
Matt is great. If we had 1,000 Matts, Rube, Matts.
We might need some restraining orders.
Yeah. We love you, Matt. We just wish we had more Matts that love.
I think I could do a podcast with Matt just on Smashing Pumpkins.
Yeah, you guys really should do one little tangent episode of just the Smashing Pumpkins. We'll broadcast it from this podcast.
Love the Pumpkins.
All right. Some of our first interview of season 2 was
Miss Elda.
Miss Elda, Rutanya Elda. She was great. She was our first actress that we ever interviewed, so that was really exciting. She's done a lot of bit stuff. She's done a lot of bit stuff. Thank goodness nobody's watching that during those times. I don't know about Periscope. No, nobody's on Periscope. Okay, but anyways, you know what? On a couple of our episodes, I've kept those in.
Kept what in? I'm not sure what you're referring to.
And I've used them as Easter eggs. Like I literally amplify them. Just. I'm not even joking. So Ruben.
Oh, you're saying it's me that's doing it?
Oh yes.
Holy cow!
Yeah. Oh,
throw
yeah.
a brother under the bus.
Yeah.
That's
so,
brutal.
Anyways.
Hey, so
are we going back to news that Rocky? Well, you want to go back?
Well, it's not really news. It's basically Carl Weathers said that he would work with Stallone again.
That's awesome. So Carl Weathers has said that he'll work with Stallone again. And back to what's happened during season 2 of our podcast, Stallone and Carl Weathers, and we talked about it. They joined forces on the stage of the Oscars, which is really cool.
Yeah, and he hinted that he'll do something with Schwarzenegger.
Who, Stallone?
No, Carl Weathers.
Oh, they were together in Predator.
Yeah, the writer here says with a twinkle in his eye.
Carl Weathers has a twinkle in his eye?
You know.
Have you ever gone to Carl Weathers' Twitter page? He always, and if you ever message him, he'll respond to you with "Be peace," B-E peace, be peace.
So that's happened to you?
Yeah, I've responded to, "Hey, Carl Weathers, love you, love the Apollo character, whatever," and of course, be peace.
Wow.
Yeah.
And have you lived up to that?
I'm absolutely peaceful.
Good for you, Ryan. I'm happy for you.
Okay. All right, so our first interview was with Tanya Elda. Great, she was awesome. She was fantastic. A wonderful, beautiful lady. She's worked with a lot of great people from De Niro to Stallone. Okay. Then we did that Best of Rocky survey. That was a lot of fun.
It was one of my favorite episodes.
It was exhausting. It was hugely exhausting in a good way. It was a lot of work. to get through those 100 questions or whatever it was. And then we had another interview with Jessica Friedman. She was from Australia, and she just...
Sorry, where's she from? Sorry, where's she from, Ryan?
Australia. Put another shrimp on the barbie.
It's terrible. So terrible.
Okay, let's move on.
Let's move on.
Okay, so...
She was lovely.
She was great. She was awesome. She was our first. We just talked about female guest. She was our first non-celebrity type female guest, I could say. She's a Rocky fan. That's her big thing. But she writes for Junkie, and she writes essays. She just released a book of essays. I forgot the name of it. Sorry, but go to episode 27 to hear her. And Superfan Kyle comes back on episode 28. And, Superfan Kyle Peterson, my bad. Kyle Peterson.
Yeah, Kyle Patterson was great.
Yes, Kyle Peterson, you were awesome. Mm-hmm. You used to be our number one fan, but you stopped listening to our show. But you're always welcome to come back whenever you want.
Did you really stop listening to our show?
Do you listen to our show, Ruben?
I do. He doesn't believe me. He's waiting for some type of joke.
All right. Okay. So, as we go on, and this was a big one. Episode 30 was James Rolfe.
James Rolfe. Not to be confused with a kid from elementary school that I went to school with, James Wolfe.
Oh, you went to school with James Wolfe?
Yeah, he had a younger sister that I thought was a boy. And
I don't think you're allowed to actually. You're not allowed to say what she is, or is it, Ruben?
I was in elementary school. I didn't know.
Okay, fair enough.
And then I bumped into her later on.
Her?
Yes.
You're just assuming.
I am, and I felt very foolish that I ever confused her as a boy.
Oh, fair enough.
She blossomed into a lovely young lady.
Fair enough. Okay,
all right, James Rolfe, very good. Angry Video Game Nerd.
The Angry Video Game Nerd. He was our biggest. He is to this day our biggest episode download yet. Thank you, James. Your plug, not your hair plugs. Your plug has been awesome. And then we continued to talk about Rocky 2, and then we interviewed. No offense to James Rolfe, but we interviewed the very lovely
Kirsty Strain.
Kirsty Strain. She's a BBC actress. She's from Scotland.
It's different than Australia.
Is Scotland different than Australia, Rube?
Yeah. See, this is how you can tell the difference. One is a little northern, the other one's a little southern. And the toilets flush differently.
Yes. The toilets flush differently in Australia. All right, so Kirsty Strain is an actress. She's a BBC actress. She's got a lot of great projects on the go, and she's a huge Rocky fan as well. So she just wanted to come on our show and talk about Rocky. She's episode 33. She was awesome. Then we talked to Carmen Schober, another huge Rocky fan, and she's got her own business. So she talked about that on episode 34. And then we talked to the comedian Brad Upton, who's got a great following. He's a funny guy.
That was a really fun interview to do.
Brad was awesome. It was an awesome interview and another popular episode of our podcast. And then we talked to Cam Awesome. Cam F. Awesome. He was the first boxer that we ever talked to.
Yeah, I think, is the F for Frankie?
I'm not sure what F stands for, but it is Cam F. All right.
But he was awesome.
He was awesome. Mm-hmm. And then this was a really special interview. This was with Simon Whitehouse. Unfortunately, on his latest Facebook update, Simon Whitehouse, his intention was to, on April 27th, he was going to run 100 miles nonstop from New York to the Rocky Steps in Philadelphia. And this is to honor and raise money for his brother who's suffering from mental illness. But he, through some injury in his training, he's had to delay this run. But you can still donate to his cause. Just Google Simon Whitehouse and look for him on episode 37. The links are there. You can still donate to his fundraising cause. But it's really kind of heartbreaking that he had to postpone his run because of an injury, and also because of the NFL draft on the Philadelphia Steps was going to happen at the same time.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So it's kind of a double whammy. That the date that he was going to do this and his injury has caused him to pull out of this run. So, Simon, we're rooting for you, and we know that even if you don't do this run, your brother's awesome, and we're rooting for you guys. So that was a really special episode. All right, and then we went into the Super Fight. For Super Fight 2, we had Superfan Kyle back on.
Hey, Kyle. it's always good. I like Kyle. He knows every quote possible. Yeah.
Yeah, Kyle's great. And then on this last episode, it was just released on Saturday, April 16th. We had new superfan Dave Barrell, It's Dave Barrell from the UK. What up, UK? Our UK listeners are growing, by the way. We got a lot of UK listeners. We got a lot of Australian listeners. So Dave Barrell, thank you for coming on the show. And he was great, a great interview. And he's just a fan. So this goes out to everybody. If you are a fan of our show, which is really important, no offense, but if you're a fan of our show, and then secondly, you're a fan of Rocky, and you want to come on the show and talk Rocky at any part of Rocky for any length of time, we'll have you on. Dave Barrell is one of those people. Dave Barrell, sorry, is one of those people who came on.
Don't get worried, because with your Canadian accent,
that's true.
Add the charm to it.
Yes, and we ended the. This is actually. I want to plug episode 40. We had a quick Robert Tepper, who sings "No Easy Way Out." He chimed in at the end of the show. You have to hear it. Trust me, you have to hear it. Okay. Oops, just about dropped that. So that was our seasons. And then coming out this next week is the last episode before this one on our podcast. Episode 41 will be my interview with John Paul Flame. He is one of the sportcast dudes from the show called The Junkies, and he wrote a book called Chasing Rocky, and he was a great interview. And that interview we'll talk about, of course, if you're listening to this now, you haven't heard the interview, but if you're listening to this on our podcast, you've heard the interview, if that makes sense.
I have no idea what you're talking about. Is this still recording? We're still on?
We're still on. This is good.
Hey, Ryan. Hey.
All right, so Ruben, now that we've done 2 seasons of our podcast, and we've been out for a year now.
Yeah, it's a little crazy that we've been out for that long. I'm reminded of Seinfeld, where every season they thought they were going to be canceled.
Yeah.
They just kept on doing it, and we know who Seinfeld is now. Not that that's going to be the case for us, but I'm saying.
So what are your thoughts so far on the year behind us, the year ahead of us? Anything that you want to announce to the fans?
No. So I'm a little bit of a rut. You ever get in a rut in life where you just feel like you're not doing what you should be doing, or you're not getting your potential, whatever?
It's been my whole life.
It's been your whole life. Yeah, so I've been feeling that lately. It's just been a rough couple of weeks. And I was thinking of like Rocky 2, like the win,
Right.
Just that part. And yeah, that's part of the reason why I like doing the podcast. It's a positive movie, positive message, and I think it reflects with everybody. So that's kind of my thoughts with it.
You want to do season 3? You ready to do it? Ready to push forward?
Yeah, absolutely. First of all, season 3, I get to relive my childhood. It's Rocky 3 is the first one I remember seeing.
Sure.
And so I'm looking forward to reliving that. I'm looking forward to talking about Mr. T, Hulk Hogan, Thunderlips, a.k.a.
Thunderlips.
Yeah, and
the ultimate male, by the way.
Yeah, I look forward to recreating some scenes, maybe you and I, of running and through the ocean.
I would love to do that with you, Ruben.
Really? Do you want to do it?
Yeah, I think Woody's Lagoon would be a good spot.
Okay.
Yeah. I've got it all mapped out. Yeah, well,
you want to do the which part of the beach do you want to do that? So for the
yeah, there's a nudist. Well, to be fair, to recreate that scene, they were clothed.
Yeah. First place I had a date with my wife was at Woody's Lagoon.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and then that's where I proposed. We both had a Canada Day off, and I didn't think that it was going to be so packed when we went to the beach. So we go to one end, and there was a bunch of men frolicking in the water there with their banana hammocks on.
Oh wow.
And it just didn't seem like the right place to propose, just because of the vibe was different than what we were going for. We were going for romance, and they were more frolicking, I guess you could say. And so then I went to the other end of the beach, and which is the nudist end of the beach.
So did you guys participate?
No, we were right at the edge.
Were you standing at the boundary where you're allowed to wear clothes? And you're just
I think if we stripped down, I think it would have been okay.
Okay,
if that makes sense. But anyways,
no, I know. I'm just bugging you. You know, the people that participate at these nudist beaches, they're usually people you don't want to see naked. It's like the people of Walmart have taken their clothes off.
Andrew, our cousin, he and I went to the nudist beach one time. It's just old guys.
Yeah.
It's just old men.
Basically, this is basically the sauna without the sauna. All right. Hey, somebody just joined me. I just made a great joke and you missed it. So basically, a nudist beach is like a sauna without the sauna. Just a bunch of old naked men.
Mm-hmm. And you get sand in your crack.
That's true.
So I hear.
That's true. So, did you want to talk about what we plan on doing this fall? I think it's still going to happen this summer or fall. The fundraiser.
Oh, your game.
Of course I'm game. This is huge. This is actually, I didn't mean to drop this on you to talk about now.
I'm totally game.
Let's be clear and concise and tell the audience what we plan on doing. And this is legit. This is really cool. I'm actually very excited about this.
So this started a few years ago. I'm really excited, Ryan. That's really great. I have a very, very small not-for-profit, I guess, charity, but it's to raise awareness for those that have survived through cancer or have been left by somebody who didn't survive. It affects everybody's life, and it's called Hours to Share. So you can just hours with an H, and it's a little play on words like the burden of cancer is hours to share, and you can give a few hours to share with somebody that's gone through cancer. And so we're going to do a fundraiser for that by renting out a movie theater and screening Rocky. That's what we're going to do. So the details still need to be Hours to Share, local thing. A lot of people have not seen Rocky, period, and let alone on the big screen.
That's terrible.
I have never seen it on the big screen. Have you?
No, and that's what's really exciting. Okay, so go ahead.
No, just
okay.
Let's
so yeah, let me add to what Ruben said, and let me just reiterate it because sometimes you just have to hear it again. So Ruben's got a great fundraising. What do you call it? What do you call
that? Yeah, we'll do a little fundraising, but it's not as.
Yeah, the idea is
the purpose is raise funds, but like there is like website and I do Facebook ads, so it does cost money.
Right. So the idea is we're going to rent out this theater for a nominal cost. Well, it's going to cost us some money, but we're going to rent out the theater, and by donation, we're looking for $5 or more. It's not for us to make any profit. So by $5 or more, you come to watch Rocky at the theater, and this will be the Rocky Hours to Share, whatever you want to call it. Raise money for cancer, because as we know, both in real life and within the movie franchise, Rocky's wife, spoiler alert, died of cancer. Rocky gets cancer in Creed. So even in the movie, the cancer is an issue within the movie, and so it ties into real life, as the movies do anyways, tied into real life family relationships and things like that. So,
like,
go ahead.
I want to give an example.
Yeah.
Like, I'm a cancer survivor, and you think, well, that's great. He survived cancer, and it is great.
This would be a really awkward conversation.
Even though that is great, I still have to remind myself almost daily that it is great, because I'm in pain all the time in my hip where the cancer was. I got to take shots every week just to keep my hormone levels in check, and my body, it feels like I live in a haunted house. Every ache and creak that I have or lack of energy, it feels like, did the cancer return? Am I okay? Or all those type of things, because if you've had cancer and you survive from it, you're still probably going to die from it later on. And then there's people that their spouse or loved one died from cancer, and as we saw how much Rocky suffered, the character from Adrian passing away, you're still left with this burden. So the idea is that you, instead of going for like a 10K run or cycling 1,000 kilometers with somebody's name on your bicycle, it actually really doesn't help that person. What would help that person is just showing them some love. Like, hey, you want to go see a movie? You want to get a milkshake? Mow their lawn? Just do something nice for them, or spend some time with them.
And so that movie could be the Rocky movie in the theater.
Yeah.
So Ruben and I will both be there. Number one, you get to meet.
He's gonna always come to meet us.
I know. I tried very hard to be deadpan.
It worked.
Okay, so
it worked.
So let me just pretend. So
we should have like a little table there. We're just like waiting for people.
It's like this. We're at the table like this. Hi. So, anyways, low power. So, anyways, the idea will be we're renting out the theater. It's down to those who know Victoria know it used to be called the Roxy. You can rent it out and show movies there. and we're going to rent out the theater and show Rocky, and you can come watch it by donation. So obviously, those who live in British Columbia and on the island are probably going to be our people that see it, and we're expecting and hoping that those who don't listen to the podcast will come, because the idea is to raise money. It's actually not to advertise. Sorry, I'm not crying. I actually have something in my eye here. I literally have something in my eye. Yeah, I love Reba so much I'm crying. But that being said, it's to raise money and awareness for cancer, and we just happen to be using our platform to announce it, and we're hoping to get interviews with Shaw or City TV or any of these.
Yeah, we'll work something out.
So even though Ruben and I don't have a face for TV, we only have a voice for podcasts. We're hoping to get this word out. So
thank you, Ryan, for the compliment.
So
I know. Sorry, go ahead.
More to follow, but I'm really excited to answer your question, Ruben. Have I ever seen Rocky on the big screen? Rocky 1 and Rocky 2 I have not seen on the big screen. I've seen Rocky 3 onwards. So seeing Rocky 1 on the big screen would be very, very exciting.
Yeah, absolutely. We're going to make it happen.
Awesome. I'm excited about that. And if this goes well, Ruben and I are just going to assume that at the very least he and I will be at the theater. It could be a very expensive date.
I've had a lot of expensive dates that didn't go anywhere.
Okay, well, this could be one of them.
Yeah. I meant that the relationship did not progress.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah. So, but that being said, we hope that people will come to this, and because if it goes well and it's successful, the idea will be that next year we'll do Rocky 2.
Yeah, absolutely.
And we'll go from there. So, yeah, and I know my wife has never seen a Rocky movie in the theater, so that'd be kind of cool for her. So there'd be another person. I'm sure your wife will come to this.
Yeah, I hope so.
So there's 4 people. So 4 seats down, right there.
Maybe our mom and dad.
That's 6 seats. Tickets are going fast, boys and girls. All right, so that was the big news. So before we wrap up our wrap-up party, that was the big news, is that Ruben and I are doing a fundraiser here in Victoria, British Columbia, and we look forward to announcing more of that. And it's going to be via our Facebook, because we have to be live about it, and we can't just do it on the podcast releases. So stand by for that. And if you're ever in the neck of the woods and you want to come to Victoria, we'll give you those dates soon.
All right. Well, hey, what a great wrap-up party.
This has been a fantastic party. I don't know about you.
I just feel like we need to end on a high note. Or is there more that you want to say?
Well, yeah. Well, I mean, I just want to point out the decorations in the background.
Oh, yeah.
You see the window there?
It's incredible.
So this wrap-up party has been an absolute success. We've had, just as this episode's about to end, we got the most viewers. We've had this all at once. So, we just lost one. But anyways, Jamie Nicholson, who plugged his show, Downtown Riot.
Yeah.
He is a member of Downtown Riot.
It looks like he's the lead singer.
So that's cool. I don't know if he's a fan of our podcast, but he's definitely a rock and roll singer. So good for him. All right, Ruben, anything? Yeah, end on a high note. What do you got?
Well, there's nothing higher than that. This is the way he said rapping all the time. I found out that I'm going to be rapping my daughter's play that she's doing.
Really?
Yeah.
You're going to rap?
Yeah. This is a Little Mermaid. I'll be...
Do you have a sample?
Oh, I gotta learn the words first. But it's Under the Sea. There's a part where the newt plays the bass or something like that. Do you know Under the Sea?
Under the Sea, yeah.
From Little Mermaid? Anyways, I'm gonna be rapping in there.
So before you do a little rap, you're gonna...
Oh, I'm not gonna rap here, no.
Do you know any of it? Do you know any of the rap? Because... Okay, before he does this, Alex Weiss asked us a question. He goes, "When's Creed 2 going to happen?"
Please go ahead with that.
To answer your question, Alex, I have no idea. My understanding is I thought it was supposed to happen as early as this fall, but there's just no way. There hasn't been a trailer. There hasn't been anything. So Creed 2 will happen. How it happens and who's in it, what's going to happen, I have no idea. Sorry, brother. I don't know more than that. All right. Well, you got. So, are you rapping the song Under the Sea?
I'm rapping a verse from...
What's the verse that you're rapping?
Well, I'm trying to find it for you, brother.
All right. This is terrible. You're gonna rap.
I'll be dressed as a blowfish.
Who's providing the music for you? How is that being provided? The rap beat.
Well,
you have to.
Their music system, it's in a theater.
But why are you doing this? Who?
How did this come about? My daughter is in a community theater play,
okay.
And there was an audition for the rap scene.
Audition?
Yeah.
There was an audition. You auditioned?
No. I did not audition. I was just there because my daughter was auditioning.
Okay.
She knew that she wasn't going to get that scene. She already has a part. She knew she wasn't going to get that scene. I said, just go for it. You never know, right?
Sure, go for it.
And
Rock
like the majority. And so I said, is that something that you really want to do? And she's like, yeah, it is. And I said, okay, well, just practice. Keep on practicing.
Right.
And ask if you can audition again. It's just like a group of 3 girls that were doing it. And so I was just sitting there, and the 3 girls were doing their part. And then the director said, do it again. It's not hip-hop enough.
Wow.
Yes. And then goes, I'll show you guys what to do. So she does that. And she grabs my hand on the way up for her to show. Because you're going to come with me and do it and show them how it's done. And, okay, I'm wearing an Elton John shirt. I'm not hip-hop.
No?
No, I'm not.
You may be the whitest rapper that's ever rapped.
And
so do you know that? Well, so what's the verse?
Because
Because we could just do it
the
together.
newt play the flute, the carp play the harp, and the bass play the bass, and they're sounding sharp. The bass play the brass, and the chub play the tub, and the fluke of the duke of the soul. Yeah, and it goes on. Anyway, so I'm gonna be doing that with my daughter and 3 other girls.
Okay, just wait, Rube.
Okay, what's going on? What's going on? You're looking. Basic rap beat. Oh my gosh. Instrumental. All right.
Okay, so let's try this here.
Okay. Why are we still recording here? Isn't this a Rocky podcast?
It
I
is.
feel like my brother's just tormenting me.
No, that's not right.
No. I'll kick it up a notch.
It was gonna kick in.
Yeah, watch. The Duke played the flute.
Let's wait. Here we go. Let's wait. Where do we start?
Right there. The newt play the flute, the carp play the harp, the place play the bass, and the sound is sharp. The bass plays the brass, the chub plays the tub, the fluke is the duke of the soul. Yeah! There's more. Come on. I think we just jumped the shark.
we haven't got season 3 yet. We jumped the shark.
That's terrible. That's terrible.
Well, with that, this is officially the wrap of season 2.
Until then, ding ding.
Oh, we've lost all our viewers.